Hi there crew members, so in this video I'm just going to show you how I made the sliding doors that you saw at the beginning of this video. So here I am just laying the floor out. It's just a card that I've sprayed with spray glue, and I'm just smoothing it out, making sure it's nice and level. And then I've spray mounted a lighter card onto a lighter paper onto card, and I'm just testing it now against the floor just to see where do I want the walls to start or the door to start. And here are the sliding doors. I'm mounting the red paper onto the card and smoothing it out. So there you go, nice opening. So then several hours later, this is the build. So the main doorway is cut out, and one of the side panels has been put in. I'll just lift this a little bit higher so you can see the angle of that side panel. And then just around the back here. So this is where all the mechanics will be placed, or well, if you can call it mechanics. So it's just where all the supports will be placed, so that when the doors go in, the supports will hold the doors in place while the doors are kind of opened and closed. So here's our bridge doors. The red paper spray mounted onto the card. So I'm now going to cut this very super accurately in half, and I've also put a brand new blade in this craft knife, because I want these doors, when you're making these sliding doors, it has to be so precise so that they come together perfectly. Loving every minute of this, by the way. I mean, it's old school modelling. I mean, it's almost like a therapy. I love the idea. I see the value of the CGI and stuff on the computer, and I really want to get into that. I need to get into a bit more of that. But when you're doing the CGI stuff, I mean, you're still staring at a screen, which I don't know. Maybe we all stare at screens a bit too much. So anyway, there we go. Perfect cut down the centre line of those doors, which I'm now going to prepare the mechanism to fit these doors on the back and make a support structure top and bottom, so that when I slide them manually, they slide perfectly along that structure, which is going to be like runners along the back and the front and the top and the bottom. They basically just keep the doors in place so that they're not all over the place, so that they stay on those runners. And when I slide them, they just come to a perfect fit that way. Okay, so I'm going to go out of camera now. I'm going to make those runners, and then we'll have a look at those runners in action, those support runners in action. And then here's a shot with the red door in place, and already this is looking totally Enterprise 1701, no doubt. So I'm just going to do a little bit of more work on that tonight. Maybe put the doors in place, ready for filming tomorrow, to welcome you into the next video via these doors. Alright, so a little while later the model is finished. Very happy with that. And again, I'll just take you in close so you can see how those runners ended up. So there's the top runner securing the top of the door so that it doesn't come away from the walls when it's open and closed. And here's the lower runners, and you can see this thing here at the back is to actually stop the door going any further, so that when I pull the doors, I can just pull it confidently, knowing that when it gets to this point it will just stop instead of going too far. So I've got the same thing on the other side here, so that little piece of card there is also stopping the door going any further. Both doors open at the moment, and I'll just do one door there, so you can see it slides nice and smoothly within those runners. And turn the model around so you can see it from the front, and see those glorious double sliding original 1701 doors. Look at that. I mean, it looks like the ship. It looks, ooh. I mean, I know it's, I just get goosebumps looking at it. It's just so beautiful. Just wow. There. Okay. So I could stare at this all night. That's where I'm at. So I'm just going to slide the door open there. I mean, can you imagine that if this model continued? It's in 1/6 scale actually, so it's quite big, and I did it quite big because I want it to be the opening thing of the videos that I do from now on, just to welcome you on board, as though you're going through the sliding doors onto the ship. But just imagine if this was continued around into either, you know, the awesome curving corridor or out onto the bridge of the ship. Beautiful. So that was the background build of this thingy here, and I'm just going to close both those doors. So now I'm going to film those doors opening and closing. Like, subscribe, let's get this mission underway.